In the hallowed halls of Swiss horology, where Rolex, Omega, and Patek Philippe have long reigned as the undisputed overlords of precision and prestige, 2025 delivers a seismic tremor from the East and beyond. A cadre of watches that don't just compete. They humiliate the high-end establishment with superior specs, sharper aesthetics, and sticker shocks that sting like a bargain basement slap. Our top 10 watches that made Swiss brands nervous in 2025. Spotlights these insurgents, from Seiko's dive dynasty dethroning submariners to Lange's own Odysius outshining its Germanic kin, backed by watch charts data revealing 20 to 35% resale premiums and a 28% spike in non-Swiss market share per Bain & Company. These aren't underdogs, they're upstarts, armed with in-house calibers, titanium tenacity, and Bauhaus bravado that eclipse Swiss bloat at half the heft. Skip the overpriced Tudors, Rolex light letdowns, or Nomos pretenders, pretty but pedestrian. Feast your eyes on these disruptors, where every tick topples a titan. Because in 2025's horological uprising, the Swiss aren't just nervous, they're obsolete. Let's dissect the disruptors, one revolution at a time. Number 10. Seiko Prospex Samurai SRPE 93. The Seiko Prospex Samurai SRPE 93 slashes through 2025's dive dogma as the katana-wielding kryptonite to Rolex's submariner supremacy. Its 43.8mm stainless steel case 13. 7mm thick with angular shroud housing a black waffle dial with lumibrate plots that evokes Milsub menace while undercutting Tudor's Black Bay 58 by 2K. Retailing at $525 via Seiko's site with 18% resale surges to $620 for its 4R36 sweep that out-ticks Omega Seamaster in tool watch torque. Per A-Blog to Watches 2019 Save the Ocean review, praising its ISO-certified bezel action and consumer acclaim for elegant consumer styling that wears larger than its specs suggest. Powered by the 24-jewel 4R36 automatic 21,600 VPH with hacking seconds and 41-hour reserve it delivers plus 15 seconds daily via Diashock dampeners, unidirectional 120-click bezel with ceramic insert, rotating for elapsed epochs under sapphire crystal, upgraded from mineral in 2023 reviews. Date at 3 o'clock magnified for calendar clarity at 200 meters ISO compliance via screw-down crown for saturation stings. The 3-link bracelet 20mm lugs clasps, 7.5-inch wrists at 170 grams with trifold clasp, its brushed flanks and polished centers channeling crown contours for seamless submergence. Quick release for rubber reinvention that nods 2025's mod meta. Relaunched in 2020 as Seiko's Samurai Saga, this SRPE 93 nods 2004's original, with waffle textures shifting from charcoal to cosmic black, under halogens. Reddit RR Seiko's 2023 honest review raving its "Buy this diver endurance that shrugs reef rips." 2025 variants with upgraded ceramic bezel glowing ice blue. Per Amazon user acclaim for unmistakable samurai styling and solid end links. At $525, it underbids Omega Seamaster 300 in shroud swagger, aligning with 2025's dive deluge via flame retardant gaskets. The bezel's coin-edge grips like glacial gear, the movement's bidirectional rotor winding wrist waves, a benthic ballad where every sweep scripts saga. Forums fortify its samurai supremacy, where indices pulse like pulsar precision, the hand's broad arrows tracing temporal tapestries in twilight. The dial's metallic mesh shifts from matte to mirror under LEDs, the case's angular edges catching candle flicker like comet trails, a Milsub menace that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's Oceanic Odyssey, the SRPE 93 slashes supremely, a steel sovereign fusing katana craft with hydraulic harmony, arming aquanauts with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as boundlessly as they endure, proving Seiko's blade blunts Swiss bluster with unyielding, underpriced ubiquity. Number 9. Citizen Promaster Diver BN RAW50 28E. The Citizen Promaster Diver BN 015028E surfaces in 2025 as the Eco-Drive Emperor, exposing Rolex's battery-bound submariner as a relic, its 44mm stainless steel case 11. 7mm slim with screwback housing, a black dial with luminous indices that channels aquatic austerity, while solar-sipping autonomy trounces Tudor's MT5400 in Set It Forget It supremacy, retailing at $250 via Citizen's site with 12% resale bumps to $280 for its E168 Eco-Drive that outlasts Seiko SKX in light liberated longevity. Per WatchCrunch's 2023 review, lauding its gateway drug ruggedness and Amazon acclaim for insanely durable 200 matters ISO compliance. Powered by the Caliber E168 EcoDrive quartz heart with solar cell yielding 6-month reserve from any gleam it ticks plus score 15 seconds monthly via light charging dial, date at 3 o'clock under mineral crystal, unidirectional 120-click bezel, with aluminum insert rotating for dive drama at 200 meters ISO via screw-down crown for saturation stings. The polyurethane strap vented at 22mm lugs grips 7.5-inch wrists at 130 grams with tang buckle. Its no decompression scales evoking pro protocols, quick release for bracelet swaps in 2025 variants that nod consumer tweaks. Launched in 2016 as Citizen's Promaster Pinnacle, this BN0150 nods 1985's Dive Dawn with radial textures blooming from slate to silver under sunlight. Tech Writer EDC's 2023 beaten, worn, loved review raving its rugged, solar-powered reliability that shrugs reef rips. 2025 updates with upgraded lume glowing green. Per Citizen's cite user praise for looks awesome and great everyday watch. At $250, it underbids Orient Ray in lume, plots glowing green for abyssal alerts, aligning with 2025's sustainable shine via recyclable straps. The bezel's toothed edge grips like glacial gear, the module's low-light charging conquering cloudy curses, a benthic ballad where every tick traces tides. Forums fortify its Promaster prowess, where hands trace temporal trails in twilight, the dial's crisp contrast charting chronal conquests in crepuscular clarity. The case's machined flanks shift from silver to slate under shadows, the solid caseback etching serial subtlety like a secret society scroll, a submariner silhouette that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's Oceanic Odyssey, the BN0150 dives dominantly, a steel sovereign fusing solar sovereignty with hydraulic harmony, arming adventurers with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as robustly as they replicate, proving Citizen's light leap leaves Swiss shadows in solar eclipse. Number 8. Orient Kamasu FAC09W0. The Orient Kamasu FAC09W0 sails 2025's seas as the Submariner's scholarly shadow. It's 41. 5mm stainless steel case, 13 meters thick with cushion profile housing, a black sunray dial with lumi-bright plots that evokes Rolex's Oyster Perpetual Poise, retailing at $240 via Orient's site for a value voyage that eclipses Casio Duro in automatic allure. Per Niche Carey's 2025 review, crowning it the best affordable dive watch for its F69922 sweep and sapphire crystal that outticks quartz in enthusiast ethos. Powered by the 22-joule F6922 automatic 1600 VPH with hacking seconds and 40-hour reserve it delivers, plus stay 15 seconds daily via Diachock dampeners, unidirectional 120-click bezel with aluminum insert, rotating for elapsed epochs under sapphire crystal, day-to-date at 3 o'clock, magnified for calendar clarity at 200 mm water resistance via screw-down crown for recreational reefs. The 3-link bracelet 22-meter lugs clasps 7-inch wrists at 160 grams with trifold clasp, its brushed flanks evoking crown contours for seamless flow, quick release for NATO swaps that nod tactical twists. Debuted in 2020 as Orient's Kamasu Quest, this FAC009W0 nods 1960s dive dawn with radial textures shifting from coal to cosmic black under halogens. WatchCrunch's 2023 review raving its best entry first good dive watch that shrugs Desk Dive's 2025 variants with upgraded lume glowing ice blue per Reddit ERR Watch's 2019 macro praise for smart index detailing. At $250, it underbids Citizen Promasters in day complication, bilingual window, aligning with 2025's dive deluge via flame retardant gaskets. The bezel's coin edge grips like glacial gear, the movement's bidirectional rotor winding wrist waves, a benthic bargain where every sweep scripts submergence. Forums frenzy over its SKX killer orbit, where indices pulse like pulsar precision, the hand's sword accents tracing temporal tapestries in twilight. The dial's metallic mesh shifts from matte to mirror under LEDs, the case's chamfered edges catching candle flicker like comet trails, a submariner silhouette that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's Homage Havoc, the Kamasu quests quirkily, a steel sentinel fusing dive dynasty with hydraulic harmony, arming aquanauts with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as boundlessly as they endure, proving Orient's underdog uprising unravels Swiss supremacy with unyielding, underpriced ubiquity. Number 7. Casio G-Shock GA2100, Casio. The Casio G-Shock GA2100 Casio Octagon's 2025's toolkit, Tremor, as the Royal Oak's resinous rebel, its 48.5mm carbon fiber case, 11. 8mm slim with octagonal bezel housing, a black Onodigi dial that mocks Audemars Piguet's 15400 in featherweight fortitude, retailing at $110 via Casio's site for a value vortex that eclipses Timex Marlin in indestructible icons, per Quill & Pad's 2025 review, dubbing it possibly the best watch under $100 for its Module 5611 sweep and Bluetooth sync that outticks Quartz in consumer conquest. Powered by the Module 5611 Quartz ticking plus 20 seconds monthly with world time, stopwatch, and alarms, it delivers pinpoint precision under mineral crystal, double LED backlight flooding indices in sapphire splendor at 200 mm water resistance via resin seals for urban unrest. The resin strap 20mm lugs. Grips 7-inch wrists at 51 grams with buckle clasp. Its quick swap inviting Milanese mesh for boardroom bravado. Quick release pins nodding 2025's mod meta. Debuted in 2019 as Casio's slimline sensation, this GA2100 nods 1983's DW5000C with carbon textures shifting from matte to metallic under halogens. Fifth Wrist's 2022 review raving its stealth watch that shrugs Seismic Shock's 2025 variants with tough solar glowing green, per Reddit RG Shock's 2023 thread on triple sensor upgrades. At $110, it underbids Seiko 5 in Lume longevity, plots glowing green for void vigils, aligning with 2025's sustainable surge via recyclable resin. The bezel's knurled grip grips like geometric gear, the module's overcharged guard conquering solar storms, a resin renegade where every tick traces tides. Forums frenzy over its Oak Slayer orbit, where subdials pulse like pulsar precision, the hand's alpha accents tracing temporal tapestries in twilight. The dial's metallic mesh shifts from matte to mirror under LEDs, the case's chamfered edges catching candle flicker like comet trails, a Royal Oak riff that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's integrated influx, the GA2100 quests quirkily, a carbon colossus fusing octagonal audacity with indestructible icons, arming trendsetters with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as dynamically as they drape, proving Casio's resin revolt renders Swiss steel redundant in relentless resinous revolution. Number 6. Timex Marlin Automatic 40mm. The Timex Marlin Automatic 40mm motors into 2025 as the mid-century marvel mocking Rolex Explorer's field watch facade, its 40mm stainless steel case, 12mm thick with exhibition back housing a navy sunray dial with boxed numerals that evokes vintage military minimalism. Retailing at $289 via Timex's site, with 15% resale bumps to $330 for its Miyota 8215 sweep that rivals Orient Bambino in thrift, per the Slender Wrist's 2024 review praising its smart index detailing and 2025 updates for 38mm sizing that outdresses Seiko Presage in thrift. Powered by the 21-jewel Miyota 8215 automatic G21600 VPH with 40-hour reserve it delivers, La Sports 20 seconds daily via Nifa chalk absorbers. Date at 3 o'clock under domed mineral crystal for vintage vault, fixed bezel, and screw-down crown ceiling 50 meters for shower shakedowns. The leather-strap 20mm lugs hugs 7-inch wrists at 130 grams with tang buckle. It's SB. Foot tannage nodding American craft. Quick release for NATO swaps in 2025 variants. Debuted in 2018 as Timex's Marlin Revival, this 40mm nods 1960s. Viscount vibes with radial textures blooming from emerald to ebony under halogens. Dapper's 2024 review raving its exceedingly pleasant midsize that shrugs Desk Dive's 2025 variants with upgraded lume glowing green, per A-Blog to Watch's 2018 hands-on for a high level of refinement. At $289, it underbids Hamilton Khaki and thrift, aligning with 2025's retro renaissance via eco-leather. The numerals' bold font pierces peripheral poise. The movement's bidirectional rotor winding wrist whispers, a terrestrial titan where every sweep scripts serenity. Forums frenzy over its Marlin magic orbit, where indices pulse like pulsar precision, the hand's sword accents tracing temporal tapestries in twilight. The dial's metallic mesh shifts from matte to mirror under LEDs, the case's chamfered edges catching candle flicker like comet trails, a field watch facade that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's cinematic chase, the Marlin marches masterfully, a steel storyteller fusing Viscount vibes with automatic authenticity, arming adventurers with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as timelessly as they endure, proving Timex's thrift thrust thwarts Swiss subtlety with unyielding, underpriced ubiquity. Number 5. Hamilton Khaki Field Murf. The Hamilton Khaki Field Murf lands in 2025 as the cinematic sentinel, shaming Rolex Explorer's Field Watch facade, its 38mm stainless steel case 9. 5mm slim with fixed bezel housing a black dial with cathedral hands that evokes Interstellar's iconic Morse code, retailing at $995 via Hamilton's site with 20% resale surges to $1,195 for its H10 sweep that outticks Tudor Ranger in narrative heft, per High Consumption's 2025 review crowning it finest sub-1K Gata for its 80-hour reserve and 100-meter WR that shrugs military scans. Powered by the 25-jewel H10 automatic 21,600 VPH with 80-hour reserve it delivers, plus C15 seconds daily via Nivachok absorbers. Date at 3 o'clock under sapphire crystal, fixed bezel and screw-down crown ceiling 100 meters for field forays. The leather strap 18mm lugs hugs 7-inch wrists at 120 grams with pin buckle. Its quick release inviting NATO for trail twists, while the caseback's solid shield etches Eureka like a sci-fi scroll. Relaunched in 2019 as Interstellar's on-screen heir, this H7RO6ER5731 nods 1960s military minimalism with radial textures blooming from slate to silver under halogens. Gear Patrol's 2023 review raving its modern classic that shrugs Desk Dive's 2025 variants with white dial glowing green, per Hamilton's site acclaim for faithful recreation of Murf's Morse magic. At $1995, it underbids Omega Railmaster in cinematic charisma, aligning with 2025's Field Forge via Eco-Leather. The numeral's faux loom pierces peripheral poise, the movement's bidirectional rotor winding wrist whispers, a terrestrial titan where every sweep scripts serenity. Forum's frenzy over its Murf magic orbit, where indices pulse like pulsar precision, the hand's cathedral accents tracing temporal tapestries in twilight. The dial's metallic mesh shifts from matte to mirror under LEDs, the case's chamfered edges catching candle flicker like comet trails, a field watch facade that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's cinematic chase, the Murf marches masterfully, a steel storyteller fusing interstellar intrigue with automatic authenticity, arming adventurers with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as timelessly as they endure, proving Hamilton's Hollywood heft humiliates Swiss subtlety with unyielding, underpriced ubiquity. Number 4. Grand Seiko SLGA09 Snowflake. The Grand Seiko SLGA009 Snowflake glides into 2025 as the horological haiku humbling Patek Calatrava's crystalline composure. Its 40mm high-intensity titanium case, 12.2mm slim, 47. 2-meter lug-to-lug housing a textured white dial evoking Nagano's winter drifts, retailing at $8,500 via Grand Seiko's boutiques, with 18% resale spikes to $10,200 for its 9RA2 spring drive that outsweeps Rolex Datejust and Hybrid Harmony, per Fratello's 2022 review lauding its Zen Zenith status, and monochrome watches praising its hand-textured fidelity that outshines Omega Globemaster. Powered by the 34-jewel 9RA2 spring drive tri-synchro regulator, sweeping seconds in fluid arcs with 120-hour reserve it delivers, plus 15 seconds monthly via glide wheel. Date at 3 o'clock, it's under dual curved sapphire with AR coating, Zaratsu polished lugs, and fixed bezel gleaming like polished frost at 140 grams. The titanium bracelet's micro-adjust clasp fits 7-inch wrists, sealing 100 meters via screw-down crown for snowy sojourns, its exhibition caseback unveiling rhodium bridges etched with Seiko's lion crest. Launched in 2021 as Grand Seiko's Snowflake Saga, this SLGA09 nods Shiojiri's Powder Snow with hand-textured dial-capturing light like hoarfrost, Reddit AI Grand Seiko's 2023 thread raving its white birch upgrade over SBGA 211's 2025 variants with power reserve glowing ice blue, per WatchCrunch's 2023 query on worth the upgrade for small wrists. At $8,500, it underbids Patek 5096 in titanium tenacity, aligning with 2025's Haute Horizon via Eco Titanium. The dial's glacial gradient shifts from pearl to ice blue under LEDs, the movement's glide wheel conquering gravitational jolts, 4800 AM anti-mag, a terrestrial titan where every sweep scripts serenity. Forums fortify its Snowflake supremacy, where indices pulse like pulsar precision, the hand's alpha accents tracing temporal tapestries in twilight. The case's Zaratsu sheen catches candle flicker like comet trails, the display's metallic mesh shifting from matte to mirror under halogens, a Calatrava contender that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's Haute Horizon, the SLGA 009 soars serenely, a titanium titan fusing spring-drive sorcery with snowflake subtlety, anointing aesthetes with wrist-worn winter that appreciates as ethereally as it endures, proving Grand Seiko's glacial grace guts Swiss grandeur with unyielding, underpriced ubiquity. Number 3. Nomos Club Sport Neomatic. The Nomos Club Sport Neomatic pulses 2025's Bauhaus Blitz as the Rolex Explorer's minimalist mirror, its 40.5 mm stainless steel case 10. 9mm ultra slim with faceted lugs housing a galvanized silver dial with orange subseconds that gleams like Rolex's Milgauss quirk, retailing at $3,080 via Nomos' site with 20% resale surges to $3,696 for its DUW 3001 sweep that outticks Tudor Black Bay in in-house integrity. Per Quillenpad's 2025 review, crowning it near-perfect affordable for its 300mm WR and talent for color that trumps Omega Seamaster's sport dress duality. Powered by the 3-jewel DUW 3001 automatic 21,600 VPH with 43-hour reserve and swing system escapement, it delivers plus 4 seconds daily via glass hood levers, date at 3 o'clock via quickset crown under sapphire crystal with AR coating, fixed bezel flowing seamlessly into the 3-link bracelet that clasps 7-inch wrists at 140 grams with butterfly deployant. The bracelet's brushed polished links, channel luxury lug-to-lug, quick-release pins inviting leather for lounge luxury, while the caseback's solid shield etches Nomos' 3/4 plate like a hidden hallmark. Debuted in 2018 as Nomos' Sporty Salvo, this 746 nods 1960s club heritage with galvanized textures blooming from silver to slate under halogens. Time & Watch's 2025 review raving it's clean yet distinctive, that shrugs Desk Dive's 2025 variants with orange accents glowing green. At $3,080, it underbids Rolex Milgauss and Bauhaus Bravado, aligning with 2025's sport dress surge via Eco Steel. The indice's faceted gleam pierces peripheral poise, the movement's glass hood ribbons conquering climatic clinks, a sporty sonnet where every facet foretells finesse. Forums frenzy over its club conquest orbit, where sub-seconds pulse like pulsar precision, the hand's alpha accents tracing temporal tapestries in twilight. The dial's metallic mesh shifts from matte to mirror under LEDs, the case's chamfered edges catching candle flicker like comet trails, an Explorer emulator that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's minimalist migration, the Club Sport Neomatic quests quirkily, a steel sentinel fusing Bauhaus boldness with automatic artistry, arming adventurers with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as dynamically as they drape, proving Nomos' German grit-gut Swiss grandeur with unyielding, underpriced ubiquity. Number 2. Christopher Ward C60 Trident. The Christopher Ward C60 Trident crowns 2025's dive disruptor as the Omega Seamaster's British bastard, its 42mm stainless steel case 11. 8mm slim with light catcher bezel housing a Blackwave dial with Lumabright plots that ghosts Rolex's Submariner subtlety, retailing at $195 via CW's site, with 22% resale surges to $1,336 for its SW200x1 sweep that outticks Tudor Pelagos in value velocity. Her Oracle of Time's 2024 review, dubbing it Favorite CW Diver for 300 Meser WR, and Smart Index, detailing that trumps Citizen Promasters. Powered by the 26-jewel SW201, automatic 28,800 VPH with 38-hour reserve it delivers. Plus to 12 seconds daily via Inca block absorbers, unidirectional 120-click ceramic bezel, rotating for elapsed epochs under sapphire crystal with AR coating, died at 3 o'clock, magnified for calendar clarity at 300 meters ISO compliance via screw-down crown for saturation stings. The 3-link bracelet 20mm lugs clasps 7-inch wrists at 160 grams with trifold clasp, its brushed flanks and polished centers channeling crown contours for seamless submergence. Quick release for rubber reinvention. Debuted in 2009 as CW's Trident torchbearer, this C60 nods 1960s dive dawn with wave textures blooming from slate to silver under sunlight. Worn & Wound's 2019 V3 review, raving its 600mm standard, that shrugs reef rips 2025. Lumiere variants with upgraded lume glowing green, per Watch Gecko's 2024 hands-on for svelte profile. At $1,095, it underbids Omega Seamaster 300 in ceramic craft, aligning with 2025's Dive Deluge via light catcher luminosity. The bezel's coin-edge grips like glacial gear, the movement's bidirectional rotor winding wrist waves, a benthic ballad where every sweep scripts saga. Forums fortify its Trident triumph, where indices pulse like pulsar precision, the hand's broad arrows tracing temporal tapestries in twilight. The dial's metallic mesh shifts from matte to mirror under LEDs, the case's chamfered edges catching candle flicker like comet trails, a submariner silhouette that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's Oceanic Odyssey, the C60 dives dominantly, a steel sovereign fusing Trident tenacity with hydraulic harmony, arming aquanauts with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as boundlessly as they endure, proving CW's British boldness blunts Swiss bluster with unyielding, underpriced ubiquity. Number 1. Lange und Söhne Odysius. The Lange and Söhne Odysius crowns 2025's Steel Symphony as the Patek Nautilus's Germanic guillotine. Its 41mm stainless steel case, 11.7mm slim, with integrated bracelet housing, a galvanized silver dial with day date at 3 o'clock that gleams like Nautilus nobility, retailing at $26,500 via Lange's boutiques with 15% resale surges to $30,475 for its L156. 8 sweep that outsweeps Audemars Royal Oak in 3/4 plate prestige, per Deployant's 2025 review lauding its honey gold bracelet as bold move that trumps Vacheron Overseas in finishing finesse. Powered by the 30-jewel L156.8 automatic C28800 VPH with 72-hour reserve and glue-cedar balance. It delivers plus 2 seconds daily via 3/4 plate, day date via quickset crown under sapphire crystal with AR coating, fixed bezel flowing seamlessly into the beads of rice bracelet that clasps 7-inch wrists at 180 grams with butterfly deployant. The bracelet's brushed, polished links channel luxury lug-to-lug, quick-release pins inviting leather for lounge luxury, while the caseback's solid shield etches Lange's 3/4 plate like a hidden hallmark. Debuted in 2019 as Lange's Steel Salvo, this 363.79 nods 1990s sports dawn with galvanized textures blooming from silver to slate under halogens. SF Watch Lovers' 2025 review raving it's league of its own, that shrugs Desk Dive's 2025 variants with honey gold bracelet glowing green. At $26,500, it underbids Patek Nautilus in steel sovereignty, aligning with 2025's Sport Surge via EcoSteel. The indice's faceted gleam pierces peripheral poise, the movement's glass-hued levers conquering climatic clinks, a sporty sonnet where every facet foretells finesse. Forums frenzy over its Odysseus Odyssey orbit, where subdials pulse like pulsar precision, the hand's alpha accents tracing temporal tapestries in twilight. The dial's metallic mesh shifts from matte to mirror under LEDs, the case's chamfered edges catching candle flicker like comet trails, a Nautilus nemesis that punches like a pro without the premium punchline. In 2025's integrated influx, the Odysseus quests quirkily, a steel sentinel fusing Germanic grit with automatic artistry, arming elites with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as dynamically as they drape, proving Lange's steel statement stuns Swiss stalwarts with unyielding, underpriced ubiquity.